Hi everyone, welcome back to another Moxxie coaching video designed to teach you how to read the tarot for yourself and for others. My name is Michelle and I am on a mission to demystify the tarot and bring it into the realm of the everyday for the purposes of self-coaching and personal development. So if that's something that you find interesting, grab yourself your favorite beverage and join me for this next video. Thanks. Bye-bye. This week we're going to be talking about the Empress. The Empress is a lovely card to get. I really can't think of any circumstances under which you wouldn't want to see her lovely little face. She is all about the traditional connection between women and the earth. This concept of fertility, this concept of bringing peace and comfort and support to whatever situation she is either invited into or brought into. She represents things that are all about fertility and abundance, an abundant harvest, all of those types of things. You know, if she had a month, I think her month would probably be like October. Actually, she probably does. I should look it up. Because October is this month of, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, a month of harvesting all of the things that we have brought into this world over the growing season. So there really isn't any circumstance under which you would not want to see this card. She is, she's kind of like the card that you want to see when you want your mom. You know, it's that feeling, and I don't care how old you are, if you're in a situation where, and you're lucky enough to have had a mom who, you know, was there and supportive for you, that's kind of the vibe of this card. It's like, this is the person that you're going to call when you have a crappy day. This is the person that's going to call when, you know, something devastating happens in your life. It's just this sense of support and love, kindness, unconditional, positive energy type of card. Okay? When we look at the symbolism, we'll notice, which makes sense, that the symbolism backs up the traditional meaning of the card. So we have this woman who in a lot of decks, actually in most decks, is portrayed as heavily pregnant. So we often have this, you know, this woman who's about to deliver literal new life. She has either red roses or red pomegranates. It's been debated on her dress, and I personally think that it makes more sense that these are pomegranates from the perspective of the whole feminine egg situation. That sounds weird, but you know what I'm saying. She has a star crown on that sort of represents the heavens as well as the earth. So she has this connection between the two. And if you notice at her side, there is a shield with an ankh on it, which is, of course, you know, the symbol of combined feminine and masculine power. So even if you don't remember the meaning of this card, you know, just from rote memory, taking a look at the card and just sort of letting the energy of it settle in with you, I think you'll find that it'll be a pretty intuitive card for you to read. Okay? So keywords, again, mesh with the traditional meaning of the card, as well as the image of the card. So we have, again, this abundance, this fertility, this nurturing and growing, a very creative energy, a very peaceful and grounded energy. This is not someone that you would worry about being a flighty person. This is someone who is deeply connected to the earth and is someone who's able to draw energy from the earth and share it with us, essentially. It's not a real stretch. If I asked you to come up with some archetypes, I'm thinking it would be pretty easy for you. We have this concept of the Earth Mother, like the woman in this photograph, right? This could actually be an Empress tarot card, right? We have this setting of clearly a fertile, abundant, um, overgrown almost setting with this natural looking woman with, she's heavily with child. She's even got the red um, pomegranates, or what did we say? Roses on her skirt. So Mother Earth, right? I'm sorry, Earth Mother. And then alternatively, we have Mother Earth. And I do think of them as different things, right? We have the Earth Mother, who is the quintessential, um, if we were to stereotype, kind of hippie person. And then we have Mother Earth, who is literally the earth on which we spend our time. And the being that gives us life, right? The creator, the giver of life. So all of these are archetypes. And, when this comes up in a reading for you, it is often signifying situational abundance. It could be, if it's coming up in relationship to a new job or a career offer or anything like that, could very well be related to financial abundance. It's not unusual for it to come up if someone is expecting or if someone is in the process of trying to conceive. Um, and if it does come up, it's, if you are an omen person, it's a great omen, right? So um, just this just this sense, when you get this card, there is absolutely nothing to be concerned about. It's just to think about how and where and why this lovely energy will fit into your reading. So while it is a lovely card, there are certain situations where we just have cards that come up that make no sense to us. So that's why we're doing this what are the questions you can ask portion of each video here. So what is one of the questions that you can ask? You might consider asking yourself, where in your life are you seeing abundance? There's the potential that this card is coming up as a reminder to you that your life actually does have more abundance than you may be recognizing at the time. Sort of a suggestion of take a look around you and be grateful for what you have type of situation. And take a look at kind of unexpected places. A lot of times when we get into this whole thing about gratitude, which has become almost pop culture-y anymore. But when we get into this place of gratitude, we think about the big things or the logical things or the things that everybody else thinks of. Well, maybe spend some time thinking about where there is abundance in your life that you don't necessarily always register. You know, is there abundance in your life in a particular part of your relationship with your partner? You guys have this amazing um, ability to joke around in a way that makes you both happier and better people. or something small like, oh gosh, it could be anything. Like your dog makes you so incredibly happy because he thinks that you are the best thing since dog bones, right? So look where you might not typically think to look. You might also want to start looking at how people related to the reading are feeling. Is someone related to the reading, you, someone else, in need of this type of vibe and attention? Does somebody need some love and nurturing that is being offered with this Empress card? We always, no, I'm sorry, not we always, we tend to put ourselves last a lot. And if this card is coming up for you over and over in a reading, it's coming up for you because it is saying, hey, you need to take care of yourself as well. You can't care for everyone else unless you are feeling healthy and well yourself. So, does someone else, or do you potentially need to start looking at what you need and figuring out how to get that type of love and nurturing that's important to you? So, while the tarot will often support us in so many ways, it also holds us to account and says, okay, I'm here to support you, I'm here to nurture you, and what are you going to do? Where can you take the bull by the horns and develop the abundance in your situation yourself? It's wonderful to sit back and to feel the positive energy of the universe coming in, but if we're not taking some responsibility for our own lives and our own place in it and our own um, willingness to take a stand for our own abundance, then there's only so much the tarot can do, right? So it could be that she's coming up and saying, hey, you know, how's it going for you? Are you doing your work? Do you need to do some more work? Do you need to take some time away? How is this affecting you and your ability to develop your own abundance? You might want to look at your situation and ask yourself if perhaps you're being asked to share your abundance with others. Some of us have a lot, some of us have very little, but we all have something that we can share with others. And that could be something as small as smiling at somebody who looks like they're having a crappy day when you're walking down the street. It could be something as huge as making a donation to the hospital for a new, I don't know, women's health wing, something along those ideas, right? So it doesn't matter where on the scale it is, but it could be that this card is asking you, is it time for you to share some of your abundance? What can you share? Where can you share it? Who can benefit from what you have that's positive that you can put out there and share with the universe? And lastly, at least for this video, because remember, you can and should come up with your own questions. But for this video, the last question is there an area of your life that needs more support and more nurturing? And what is that area? Is this card coming up for you because you are driving yourself into the ground? And this card is coming to you as a warning sign or as a kind of notification that you're not getting what you need. You're not taking care of yourself in the way that you need to. And there's something that you need. And it's time for you to take some time away to nurture yourself. that yes, nurturing others is wonderful and necessary. It's part of what makes this world go around. But nurturing others to the detriment of ourselves doesn't do anyone any good. And remember, if you are still confused after all of this information, and sometimes that does happen, sometimes cards come up that make absolutely no sense. So if that is the case, remember that you can always start to consider just the general energy of the card and whether it is an energy that you need to embody to maybe move yourself forward, or is this an energy that you need to avoid embodying because it's a trigger for you, or it's an unattractive energy when you're wearing it, so to speak. You may also want to ask, do I know someone who embodies the energy of this card? Who might they be, and how is it that they fit into the reading that I'm trying to do, the question that I'm trying to ask? All right, that is the Empress, short and sweet. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit the little reminder dingy thingy and all of those good things so you can continue to know when the videos come in and continue your journey with the tarot along with me. All right, be well. Bye-bye.